Thank you. Thank you, Anke. Thank you, everyone. I have a vision. I have a vision that I can talk to my travel agent and tell it, I want to go there and there, I want to book this flight, and I want to have this kind of hotel. And the agent is going to mostly autonomously do it. I know it's brave, and I know we're not there yet, but we need a vision, and this is ours at Agentic Systems. We are creating a platform that will onboard the travel industry into the Agentic web era. So we've seen different variations of this, right? So we know that we have issues with fragmentation, we have issues with intermediaries, we have a lot of friction in general, right? So the legacy systems are there, have been there for a long time, and we are struggling basically to deliver scalable solutions that really fit customer needs. Now, with the paradigm shift that is happening right now, I think we had a very good opportunity to fix this problem. To bring this a little bit into context, what we have had for the last years is a search-based usage of the internet. So basically, you enter your keywords, you get hits, and then you scroll through the results, and you click, and you try to find what's most suitable for you. And there is a whole economy around this, right? It's SEO, it's ads, it's agencies that work on this. And what we are seeing now is that due to AI, or kicked off by AI, there is a shift towards a different way of using the internet, a different pattern of using the internet, which is the intent-based use of the internet, where you don't enter keywords anymore and you don't search anymore necessarily, but you express what you actually want to do. And AI made this possible because it allows us to use natural language, right? Now, we see this already in certain smaller products that are already there, where we have a couple of agentic browsers, for example. Perplexity has one, and there is a Meteor browser. But also the big players, Chrome, etc., are also integrating AI into their results page. And what we believe is that it's going to be always less search and always more AI content. So now the question is, of course, what does this mean for us? Now, I want to talk about two aspects of this, because otherwise I would be here for many hours. And one of these aspects is the user experience, right? So we are very confident that the main interface of the agentic web is going to be voice. Currently, everyone who has used ChatGPT before knows that you can type your prompts and you can enter a chat with the AI. But I think voice is way more natural. Of course, we are humans, so we also use voice mainly. But can we also use the other things like screens, still, and mouse, and scroll, and type? Of course we can, but it's going to be probably a bit secondary. So we have created one technology which we call App-Aware, and this technology blends basically natural language with data streams and interfaces, creating a seamless experience. What we want to achieve is we want to be able to talk to an AI agent that also understands what we are looking at in the screen, and that we have the same context. So I would be not a very credible AI connoisseur if I would not have an agent that helps me do my work, right? So the agent is going to take on of the next 2 minutes of my presentation because it's going to do the work for me. This is an example of how an interaction could look. By the way.
Hi there. How can I help you with your travel plans today?
I'm thinking about traveling to Costa Rica.
Costa Rica sounds fantastic. Let's start planning your trip. What type of trip are you interested in? Relaxation, adventure, culture, or something else? And how long do you plan to stay?
or we're thinking of traveling for about 2 weeks, and a mix of all those things would be great. We'd really like to discover the country.
2 weeks in Costa Rica is perfect for a mix of relaxation, adventure, and culture. What city are you planning to depart from, and how many adults will be traveling?
We're 2 adults flying from Frankfurt.
Great. I've noted that you'll be departing from Frankfurt with 2 adults. Do you have a specific date in mind for the start of your trip?
Yeah, we're thinking about going there on the 15th of September.
Awesome. We'll start with finding activities. Here are 5 fantastic suggestions that combine adventure, relaxation, and nature. 1. Hanging Bridges Tour. Experience La Fortuna's rich flora and fauna from the treetops. Walk across hanging bridges, listen to the songs of native birds, and capture photos of wildlife hidden in the tree canopies.
The Hanging Bridges tour, the volcano, and the whale watching, super interesting. Could you add those to my trip?
I've added the Hanging Bridges Tour, the Volcano Arenal, waterfall hike and Tabacon hot springs, and the whale watching and dolphin spotting in Costa Rica to your trip. Now, let's move on to booking your flights. I found a flight option for you. Connecting flight, September 15th from Frankfurt FRA at 17:35, arriving in Montreal, YUL at 19:25. Departure, September 16th from Montreal, YUL at 7:00.
Yeah, those flights are great. Can you book them?
Your flights have been successfully booked. You're all set for an amazing trip to Costa Rica. Would you like any further assistance with your travel plans?
Yeah, please let me know what are the visa requirements if I'm a German national.
As a German national, you do not need a visa for stays in Costa Rica up to 90 days for tourism purposes. There are some health recommendations for travelers to Costa Rica.
And how safe is it for tourists in Costa Rica?
Costa Rica is generally considered a safe destination for tourists.
Thanks a lot. Can you just send me my travel details and book the trip? Thank you.
Your trip to Costa Rica is officially booked. I'll send you your travel details shortly. Have an incredible journey.
There we go. So this is an early prototype that we had early this year, and this is exactly what we mean with a blend of all of these technologies. We can talk to the AI like it's an actual travel agent. We can talk to the AI referring to things that are happening on the screen. And of course, it understands all our requests in natural language. So this is the one aspect that I wanted to touch upon. The second one, which we have seen in different variations today already, is something that we call hyperdelegation. And we've seen that for these autonomous agents to actually succeed, they need to be able to act on our behalf, right? We've seen different technologies today already that handle this topic. But it goes far beyond payments, of course, in our view. Payment comes to mind pretty quickly when you think about Web3. Although payment is not easy, and it includes a lot of other subtopics like settlements and refunds and escrow services and stuff like that. But for some travels, you might need to provide proof of residency. So you might have to prove that you live in are a citizen of a certain country or are not a citizen of a certain country. You might need to prove your age, that you're over 18, for example. Or other identification items. And for this, we need to securely and with the exact amount of trust pass this to an agent in order to act on our behalf. And this is a complex subject. What is actually quite important for us is that users can revoke these delegations at any time, of course, because it's always the human who is in charge, regardless of how much autonomy and how much agentic AI we build around this process. And also users can set time boundaries or expense limits in the case of payments to these credentials. because of course I want, for example, if I'm going to Crete and I want my agent to spend maximum 500 euros on flights in case something goes wrong and it tries to send me to Costa Rica, which probably cost a little bit more. And the same goes for time, right? If I want to go somewhere, I want my agent maybe to spend 1 or 2 days on it. And if it doesn't find what I'm looking for, then that's it. It has to come back to me and I have to rephrase my intent. So from our perspective, Web3 fits perfectly into this because the delegation requires trustless execution and verifiable permissions. And this is something that, as we saw before, Camino is already offering. Payments and escrow services, in our view, need to be natively solvable on-chain in order to be able to automate as much as possible in the whole value chain. Now, verifiable credentials, of course, are needed for identity and booking rights. And what we see is that Camino, for us, is more than just a travel-centric chain. It's a proof point, basically, for Web3-enabled delegation. And that's why we are so excited to work with you guys. What is the business value of all of this? We started with the user experience. So frictionless user experience, of course, will lead to higher conversions. Trust and automation will reduce reconciliation and fraud because we have all what we already know about strong cryptography and trust infrastructure set up. Escrow and settlement will yield faster supplier payments. And the delegation frameworks can also be used in a nice way to implement use cases like corporate travel, loyalty, or policy compliance. So basically, this is about resolving the core frictions of the travel industry. And we think that the combination, Agentic AI and Web3, is the future, and the future of travel specifically. So the Agentic Web is inevitable. It's going to come. It's already almost here in full blown, so to speak. We believe that it's going to be intent-driven, autonomous, and voice-first. But we are also pretty sure that in order for this to work at scale, delegation and trust are non-negotiable. There is no other way that we can entrust such sensitive things as we've discussed previously to an AI agent if we don't have this in place. And the basis for this is Web3 and Camino, because we have all of this built into one sensible platform. So with all of this, we believe that AI-driven bookings can also be made much cheaper, as has also been shown a couple of times. I think even if we say with a little bit of reservation, 50%, we have even seen cases where it's more than that. So we are very excited to go the next steps. Thank you very much.